Welcome to Legacy Conversations, a channel where we preserve military memories and history.
Kom, lekker aan af. Wat een boytje.
Hello everyone, welcome back. We are now busy with episode 3 out of 4 on the Paratrooper training series with the South African Army. I can tell you, if you haven't seen the first 2 videos or the other video, the 4th video, please have a look at it. The links are in the description. And basically we got hold of these videos because somebody was there and somebody recorded it. But this one here, this third episode actually takes place in 1989, where episode 2 was taking place in about 1986. You will see now it's different. It's different. If you look closely to the uniforms, the webbing, you will see that it's not the same. There was a change in the way which the army were equipping its soldiers. But once again, we have our old friend, Commandant or Lieutenant Colonel, Frans van Tubbergh here. He was the instructor on both these courses. Not to say those very ones which we were showing, but he was there as an instructor. In fact, he was an officer commanding at one stage, especially with a 3-day course. 3 days and 2 nights, and it is in this one where he will also quote the statistics on which one of these 2 courses the people failed the most. In other words, which one were the toughest. And that is something which the paratroopers will argue until the day they are no more. I just want to remind you that the sound and the quality of the video is as we received it. In fact, we improved it as much as we could. But it is, of course, decades old. So let us not waste time further. Let us see what happened here on the 3-day course and 2 nights, as Colonel Frans always said to me.
Koos asked me to say a few things about the parachute selection courses. Who am I? I'm Frans van Tubbergh, born in 1959, matriculated in Afrikaans Hoërseunskool Pretoria. I joined the army in 1978, 2nd of January. I did basics with D Company, 1 Parachute Battalion in Bloemfontein. At the end of basic training, I was transferred to infantry school in Oudtshoorn. I did my junior leader course and returned to Bloemfontein 1 Parachute Battalion the end of December 1978. I was then a NCO in numerous companies until 1982, when I did officer selection successfully. I became an officer. I served as an officer in 1 Parachute Battalion up until 1988. The end of 1988, I was transferred with promotion to Major to 6-1 Mechanized Battalion Group, where I served for 5 years as a SAP unit commander. And the end of 1993, beginning 1994, I was transferred back to 44 Parachute Brigade as the officer commanding of the Parachute Training Center, where I took over from Matian Talliard. I then served for 2 years as the OC Parachute Center, and in my last year in the Defence Force, I was the SO1 operations of 44 Parachute Brigade. What qualifies me to discuss the parachute selection courses? In my first tenure with 1 Parachute Battalion, I was an instructor on numerous courses. I was also utilized as a course leader. And in my second tenure with parachute forces, I presented all parachute selection courses. That was the new 3-day course as course leader. So I'm in a position to speak about both and to compare them. I want to stress that I can only speak for myself, what I personally experienced and how I saw it. I have no kept records. I speak purely from memory. Please forgive me if there's any discrepancies according to your own experiences and knowledge. I next want to speak about the 3-day selection course. The change happened in 1991. I was not in the battalion or brigade at that time. I can't really speak for all the reasons. When I arrived back at 44 Parachute Brigade in 1994, that is what it was what it was. I want to start off and say that there were 3 different programs. It had exactly the same exercises, but with different sequence. That was kept under lock and key, and only I myself, as the course leader, had access to that. A couple of weeks before the selection course started, I took it out. I did a mini mouthing and decided which one to use. The only given was that we started off with the fitness test, and the instructors were then briefed just before every exercise for the next one. Nobody except me knew what was happening next. That is in stark difference with the 2-week course where everybody knew, the students and the instructors, what's coming for the whole of the 2 weeks. The students were not allowed to wear any rank insignia, and every member were issued with a numbered sleeve. For the 3 days, you were number 12 or number 13, and the instructors didn't even bother to learn your name. It was of no interest. If you wanted to call it a day at any time, you just had to take off your number and hand it to an instructor. No explanation given, no reason, and you left the course. That was it. The course started off with a detailed inspection of all members' persons and equipment. That was to ensure that the required equipment was present and that they had no food or drinks except the prescribed water bottles and one issued ration pack. The program started with the fitness test, which was exactly the same as for the 2-week selection. Those that failed were removed from the course immediately and sent on their merry way. And the rest of all the successful members started then with the rest of the 3 days. With some programs, the obstacle course were done first. We then did the obstacle course. After everybody was loaded up in trucks and taken to the training area. In my case, we used the Klipdrift Valbank training area just opposite Marshallspoort. And every time we presented a course, we used a different area of the range. That was to ensure that the people don't hide food or anything else and the bushes for the selection. We got a few tips there from somebody. Many of the exercises, like for example, the marbles, pole PT, the boxing, etc., were exactly the same as for the 2 weeks. But one notable difference were a long distance running with a metal frame. It was gruesome, and that was with teams. Then with all time limited exercises, you had to make it in time or immediately your number was taken and you were off the course. That was also the different from the 2-week course. This also was not only 3 days, it was 3 days and 2 nights. Depending on the program, the one night started with a navigation exercise. It was not a difficult exercise. There were an instructor on each waypoint where he gave the syndicate or the group the bearing and the distance to the next point, and they had to do it. If they didn't get lost, if they found all the waypoints, if they walked fast and quickly, they had a bit of sleep, else they had none. The other night exercise were to dig a trench. I will never forget it. It is 2 meters long, 1 wide and 1 deep. Anybody that have ever dug a trench in the Free State will know that is not 20 minutes work. The instructors on the rotation base, because they also need some rest, at a wooden stick with the right dimensions, and every trench were measured, and the moment it was completed, the guy could go to sleep. On the afternoon of the third day, we returned to camp in the parachute battalion lines and completed any exercise not yet done, for example, the obstacle course, and then the students were informed they passed. They then had a good night rest, a few beers, and the next morning they draw all the equipment to start with the jumping course. I want to quickly point out the main differences between the two courses, because there's always a point of contention. With the 2-week course, you had plenty of rest. You had 8 hours a day PT. Then you had a full evening rest. On the weekend, nothing happened. Nobody bothered you. You had a full weekend rest. And with the 3-day course, you had very little rest. Meals, with the 2-week selection, you had 3 meals a day. With the 3-day selection course, you had 1 ration pack, and that was it. Then the elements. On the 2-week course, you faced the elements for 8 hours. Then you had a hot shower, a hot meal, a hot bed. With the 3-day course, you faced the elements for 3 days. If you slept any, it was on the ground, cold, wet. Then the PT periods for the 2-week selection was fixed. That was 8 hours a day. On the 3-day selection, it was 3 days and 2 nights, with very little rest and very little sleep. One moral booster we had with the 2-week course is drinking a beer at night, because we believe that prevents cramps, or a cold drink if you don't drink beer. And that, except for the anti-cramp value, it was a huge morale booster. With the 3-day selection, you had none of that. You were in the field. The location for the 2-week selection, it was mostly in the Tempe area, except for the longer distance. For the 3-day course, it was in the training area, except for the fitness test and the obstacle course which we did in the unit. Then withdrawal from the course. With the 3-day selection, on every time limited exercise, if you didn't make it in time, you were off. That was it. That didn't happen with the 2-week course. If you missed the 21-kilometer run with 5 or 10 minutes, you did a few package buildings, and that was it. You didn't leave the course. Then the 2 weeks selection course, it was a fixed program. It very seldom changed. Everybody and his dog knew what's going to happen the next day and the next week. But on the 3-day course, only the course leader had a sequence.
Ons glo hierdie die nuwe die realisties. En dat van elke saam met julle deurgaan. En julle moet aan die kant uitkom. Julle het nou gelijk iemand die gesê, daar is nie 'n taak nie. Dit is 'n kwessie van gat gee tot die laaste woensdag. Want hoe kan dit nie gaan? Dit is onmoontlik. Jy weet nie of dit daar is. Jy laat die kom ons weer hartstikke volgen. Jy lyk dit vir die tyd. Jy lyk dit vir die tyd. So elke toe. Jy moet ander taak doen. En ja, daarna sien jy jy moet dinge nie tye waar. Jy moet daar by die gelyk met daai hier ons kry maar net. Hoe kaas ons? By die geelstreep netjies in 3. Het jy hom? Kom. Mag hou. Hallo Troopa. Wat kom rapporteer by my? Kom by bepraatjie. Sit daar so waar die regter boks is. Laag bly. Die laag bly hier wil deur kom. Ja, ja. 95 sekondes op die toe man. There you go. Kom nou. Wat op aan die raak. Nee, aan die raak. Aan die raak moet jy aan. Nee. 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 Kom die raak. Kom. Ja. Hier gaan. Nee. Nee. Kom lang van die. Kom aan. Nee. Leg het
Staan vir my netjies terug wanneer jy klaar is.
Wat voel ek dan ons doen?
Dan kom jy praat dit, dan was nie so lank. Die mense wat nou nie getel het, staan aan die ander kant. Die mense wat nou doen aan die kant. Kom.
Kom nou man. Dis so erg.
Wissel.
Net koffie so, kom. Alles goed.
Water eet.
Wat die tyd doen, nie dan.
Bly stil. Begin. Alarm.
Julle die 3,2 manne. Ja meer, warm. Ja meer.
Die mense, weet julle? Gaan vir my asseblief weg, want dit is my daar aan die kant. Bly warm, nie koud word nie, bly warm. Al die mense, julle draai daar by Tubbergh. Dag mense, julle ken die tyd, almal onder 18, of jy draai toe toet. Ready? Let's go!
met die draaipan. En met die draaipan moet je ook die tijd krijgen.
Koos, krijg nog een fiets, dan schiet in. Dan schiet in.
Jou toe.
Hek, hoi!
Ja, mag je niet, hoor.
Rechtwing!
Op die plekken! Raak je ook een maak je los, dus die 3,4.
Maar dan loopt het beter aan de hart. Ik ga niet de handen tussen. Zelf los van
Hij staat mij daar, bij die boom, achter aan Milaan. Maak je zelf los aan.
Mensen, stammetje trap. Jullie mensen, hij staat voor mij daar aan de kant. Hij weer.
Kijk die terug, kijk terug.
Je gaat.
Lijkt me jeetje door hem. Lijkt me jeetje door hem. Staan hier.
Aan die her, ik sta voor mij voor die 15 merk.
Dan wil je 15 meer. Lekker.
Kom mensen, 15, 45. 15, 50.
Maak je taal als pas, dat je ook makkelijk.
16, 25. 16, 25. Kom. 16, 30. 16, 35. 16, 43. 16, 45, 46, 47, 48, 16, 52. Kom maar naar 17, 17 again, 17, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Supermacht, ik nog 10. 16, 13, 16, 14, 16, 15. 17, 25. Kom mannen, kom. 17, 30. 17, 33. 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 17, 43. 17, 45. 17, 50. Kom. 17, 55. 18, 5.
Handen bij. Kom maar, schrijf hier.
18, 20.
Handen bij.
18, 25.
Go, dat is daar. Gaan we bij, Jordaan.
18, 35. Kom mannen, kom, moet niet stap, nee.
Ik klap er. Wat staat er mee?
18, 45. Bengal.
Snap je niet.
1855. 19. Gaan weer. 20. Gaan weer. Pas van die mensen. Kom rustig hier. Gaan staan weer een groep. Hoe is het gemaakt? Ja, het is een terrein. Join the Paratroopers, join the Paratroopers, Indians come from far away, Indians come from far away, Paradise come from the mountains, Paradise come from the mountains. Wat je terug voor als die troepen. Wat dat gaat niet, zo droog voor ons, ja. Wat dat gaat, ja. Arm te ver, moeilijk op in breng je hier op. Volgende man, Borman. Kom, Borman, jij kan het nog. Kom. Alle wapen af en steeds treden aan. Druk op je arm. Staan met de haas op. Staan haas op. Goed af. Weg. Lekker hoog op, druk met je arm, kop lekker hoog op, dat je arm opkomt. Ja, trap niet. Als je afklimt, trap niet op uit het ding. Je mag. Geef mij de hand. Goed nog. Druk lekker hoog op. Staan haast op. Hier omhoog, je moet gewoon weer een kop. Wel. Trap lekker hoog vast. Free! Ballen! Dan hebben we mensen. Come on! Ja, de handen moet kijken, kom je over hier mee. Hij is weg! Bro, kom. Ready, go! Watch your fingers behind your head. Kalar. 8, 7, Come on. 67, that's all you need. 17. Come on. Werk die oren! Kom! Verlies je wachten!
Stel hem op van de beeldtijd. En jij hebt 75 seconden. Breek je rechteraf. Breek je rechteraf. Ja, is nu hard. Is het goed? Ja, is nu hard. Ja, is nu hard. Go, go, go. 15 seconden. Ahora, ja, nog iets. Kom, krijg dat gaan. Kom, terug. Ja. Ja, steek, go. Ga je. Meer maakkant, meer maakkant. Trek elkaar, trek elkaar. Weer secondes voorbij. 30 seconden. 40 seconden. Wat hij ben ik je met die teachers af, want hulle jump op, hulle jump op. Maar skryf jou gaan. Altijd. Ja, hard, ja, lekker hard naar die ou kant. Nee, go. Hey, wat doen we dan?
tweede derde, steeds derde, vierde derde.
Daar heb je trappen. Die ben je net uit de af.
34, 35, wacht ik, 36. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9,
Je moet afgaan. Ik kan niet stoppen. Bedraag overal. Wacht mij kwaad. Kom, nee. Kom. Nee.
Kom, Jules, zie. Kom, politie. Kom, Jules.
Daarom, wat je recht is voor, man. Ik wil niet eens zo heel, man. En je moet spreken.
Go up the start and you can do it. You stand as hard as you can. Go on, Tommy, go on. Go, Tommy, go.
Pull yourself, son. Pull. Come on, pull. Put yourself on the wall. Pull. Come on, man. Come on. Niet zo blij. Dit ga je weg, man. Je kan van hier af. Het gaat om jouw bladder elleboog. Eén arm moet je met raken. Dat was zo. Je boel is van boord. Je trapt zo hoog als moeilijk kan staan. Je boel is boel krijgen. Trap zo hoog als moeilijk kan staan. Kom. Stel een kop op, man. Jij is een verloorde. Sta naar de kant. Hier kan.
Come on, get egg on this. Go.
Nee, Shelby. Dat lukt niet. Ik kan je niet nog een kans. Dat is de 7e kans. 3 af. nooit gevat. Goeie gat. Neem elkaar aan. Neem elkaar aan. Yes. Tot by die eindpunt, 2 uur 30 minute, daar kan die tyd vir uitgegee word, dieselfde as vanoggend. As jy die toets slaag, geen probleem. As jy na 2 uur 30 daar aankom, dan het jy die hart van die taak probleem. Die uitrusting is nagegaan, die uitrusting wat jy tans by jou het, is die uitrusting wat ek wil hê jy aan die ander kant moet uitkom. Goed, is daar enige vraag? Die eerste keer stap saam, en jy word individueel waargeneem hoe jy hierdie operasie aanpak en wat jou gesindheid is. Die doel van hierdie toets is in werklikheid die afstand wat jy sou moes stap van die afgooistrook waar jy neergelaat moet word tot en met die geveg. Dit is die realisme van die toets. Dit is plus minus die afstand wat van jou verwag sou word om met jou markorde tot by die vand uit te kom, sodat jy kan beklui. Nog kan beklui vandag. Ja, die morgenmiddag. Dan kom jy op. Jy weet hom al gesê wat die kommandant gesê, ek my allemaal mooi hoor aan die ander kant. Want ek is nou nie op my skip of iets nie. Wat hy nie gesê het, die ander kant kom, moet jy ook nog gaan beklui vir 'n dag of 2. Al wat ek vir julle sê, ek sal agterstap. En ek sal sorg dat julle voor my bly. So moenie agterraak nie. Ons is op met 'n groot storie besig. Julle het die eerste stukkie gehad. Die probleem begin nou. Die vasbyt begin nou. Julle gaan nie slaap vandag nie. Julle gaan hard werk daar aan die kant. Baie verrassingkies het ons julle aangelê. En jy moet nou vat wat kom. En jy moet sê, jy moet maar net aanhou. Jy moet net aanhou, dit is getoets, dit is werk. Dit is alles in jou kop. Dit is alles in jou kop. Is julle by, manne? Ja. Goed, julle klink maar nie soos vanoggend. Is julle reg, manne? Ja. Mooi, koperaals, is julle reg?
Daar is ons nog. Kom maar aan, de winnaar.
dan kijk ik niet.
Hold on. Stop, we coming, Gary. Stop, we coming, Gary.
Bora boy aqui.
Right, we get into a group. Als je klaar is, dan kom jullie weer terug hier naartoe. De eerste mensen wordt er afgeleid. Volgende klaar! Oké, Steven. Volgende is een dikke bij. Ja. Nee, laat het zomer. Kom op, gaan zomer. Ja, kom op, gaan zomer. Ja, hoor, die is voor jou. Dat is weer, laat het gaan. Die gaan rechts. Kosten. Ah, oma. Hij staat niet, maar die niet. Dus dit is die workshop met de vastleggen. Ben je? Wat doe je dat? Kom naar een goede afrennen, met een afdracht. Laat het eraf af. Wat is het? Hallo, blister, kom. Niet zo ver. Hallo. Ik heb de punt in de Kijk. Lekker, kom. Kijk, toch uit. Kijk. Ik denk van dit zijn best naar de plek. Kom, dan op. En dan kan hulle vir my afkry. Kyk, dan op. Daai kant toe. Daar. Maar die tweede paal van daar af, daar kan hulle gaan sit en rustig wees. Kom maar gou. So, dan kyk jy hier so dat elke dan plak hulle ons hier so wat van sien is dit goed. Dis nie stappies. Mooi. Daar af hier sit. Kyk. Die tweede paal, die eerste ene. Daar is die tweede paal, daar was die bosse, dit is daar in die bosse, oké? Kom, op die looppas, kom. Sterk kom, looppas. Mooi, zag ik meer put. Die val niet, dan gaan we weer terug. Daar bij die tweede paal, op die looppas, allemaal straan die bossen. Kom, ga je achter hem, niet hard raken, op die looppas. Makan dari. Hey. Ayo. Hey, abangnya sakit pas, man. Help you sure. Hey, wie moet je? Ja, kom maar. Allemaal. Tato, alle mensen op die looppas, daar bij die mensen op die looppas. Go, op die looppas. Hier zit die klummetje, die juiste looppas. Ja? Op die looppas. Ja. Dus uitrusting moet best ergens zijn. We moeten niet zo staan aan Jonas, we moeten maar staan. Ja, dat is wel terug. Moet ik die maatje niet. Dat dan naast op ons hier, dat is hier. Ik ga allemaal niet zo. Wat is er nooit jaar op nee? Mooi aan Wat is er weer? Kan nog maar niet. Zo hè? Ja. Hij is dit. Nog gaan voorbij, ze laten wij weer een lamp aan de kant. Go. Zo, weer. Je derde kaart, je derde. Waar zijn banden? Banden zitten niet. Dat is die derde. Wat is dat? Marie, uitkijken. Oh ja. Lekker die bal houdt. Die is een punt met die bal. Ja. Ik ken nog iets bal. Hey, Dirk! No slinger toch? Hey, dat is het. Dat is het. Dat is het. Hey, wat is de knuppel? Niet, we vragen. Naar mijn poot. Libi, voel je? Hier heb ik het daar nog niet op krijgen. Daar. Wat gerecht. Wat This is borrowed property.
gentlemen, what you're about to see is somebody who's got a blister on his feet, or one foot, but mostly it was both feet. And there were several ways of treating these blisters. And I've seen in my time in the police counterinsurgency units that you would get your two biggest constables you have, by which I don't mean fat, but it would have helped if I had a bit of weight of them. And they would basically then sit down on this fellow while you start treating that blister. I've heard some lads using the most foul language you can imagine in about 5 different dialects of Afrikaans, English, Zulu, Xhosa, and quite a few other languages I didn't even recognize. But we have Dr. Johan Prins, also from 7 Medical Battalion Group. He's going to explain to us what exactly they're treating, how they're treating it.
Lus wel lekker mijn nosie chat.
Als ik niks koud, net voor die vast in die onder. Net om die hamstringkies weer lekker los te maken. Weet je wapen langs op de hammer. Boerba.
Cykel is nooit. Cykel is nooit te
Je moet nou waar je tijd vast is vast. Nou je tijd vast is. Langs op. Langs op. Langs op.
Goeietjies is hier. Waar se aan seentjies. Hy is nog steeds daar kan nie daarvan, hy is nog steeds op die kant.
The reasons for the methylate, well, the main reason is that you cannot allow your able-bodied man to be withdrawn from training just because he has a blister on his foot. He needs to continue with training. He needs to then obviously be able to be deployed, but he needs his feet to do so. So the methylate, yes, that burned like a mother. It felt like you get an amputation. And in South Africa, we have a word that starts with a P that a lot of guys used when they got this injection. The basic medical background as to why it was done. Firstly, the army boot is not a very a sterile place or a place without germs. So firstly, you need to sterilize your wound, which sometimes would be extensive on the foot, either on the ball of your foot or the heel. Then secondly, also you need to have it dry because it needs to heal. And obviously, thirdly, you need to have the blister not repeat. So that's what they did. So they basically, the medic or even your corporal, whomever, would take a few milliliters of methylate into the syringe, then put the needle into the blister, aspirate the content of the blister, make it mix with the methylate, and then yippee-ki-yay, put it back in. And that's when the swearing and the writhing and the sweating and everything would start with the pain. But literally, it feels like you get an amputation. The whole, if you haven't experienced it before, you wouldn't know. Let's just put it that way. So that's why they did. Nowadays, obviously, They follow more humane, for the lack of a better word, principles where they would aspirate it or just dress it with vitamin E oil and make sure that it's sterile. But I would suspect that the person that it happens to then would have to withdraw from training until such time as that the wound is healed or the blister is healed. Other ways to prevent blisters, obviously you had to prevent them. So some guys used methylate or methylated spirits. They rub their feet with methylated spirits with the reasoning being is that it hardens your foot. I think that's an urban legend, but people did that. Other people used dubbin that we used in the old days to rub your rugby balls in to prevent it from the leather from perishing. And then a lot of guys wore stockings, nylon stockings that formed a few layers within your boot. Then to further prevent your blisters is that you had to have your boot conform to your foot. So for that, lukewarm water would have been used, pour it into the boot, make sure that the boot then starts sweating the water out. Then you can throw the water, or you empty your boot, and then you can wear that wet boot with your nylon stockings, your army issue socks, and then your boot nice and tight. And that helped the boot take the form of your foot over time. But it was also very, very weird. So in the beginning, when you used to do that for your foot to get used to your boot, and your boot take the shape of your foot, your boots obviously would attract more dust because it's wet. Plus, it was dirty; it didn't shine, and then you would get an opfok, and you would have to be you were punished because your boots were dirty. So those were interesting times. Basically that, and then on patrol and fast bait and all those things where obviously blisters were rife and sometimes thiolate was not readily available, and then obviously the blisters would go open. Some guys would urinate on their blisters. With the basic reasoning behind that is basically the same as methylate. It sort of sterilizes the open blister because of the urea. I mean, a young, healthy man is not supposed to have infected urine. Urine in a 1920 recruit should also always be sterile. So it's sterile, it's got some urea in that helps with the drying out. I don't know really if there's any other medical reason for it, but that's what the guys did. And then obviously plaster around it. We didn't have these fancy plasters that are around today. So basically what we used to do is after the whole methylate urinating on your blister, you would just put some elastoplast across it, back into the boot, and off you go. The corporals were very, where I was, were very persistent on foot and foot care. And they drilled it into us. So every day, every second day, specifically during basics and later leader group, you would have a foot inspection. So they would have a look at your feet. And obviously, if you had blisters, you would get the methylate treatment. So whether that was looking after your well-being or for their own, for their own sadistic pleasure, I wouldn't know. I think it's a matter of both. So yeah, so as I said, you couldn't have the guys, everybody with blisters. If everybody that had a blister in the army would have to stop training, I mean, more than half of the guys wouldn't finish their training. But because of methylate, more than half did, or basically all of them did. At the moment, as I said, today it's frowned upon. The mer in merthiolate comes from mercury, which is a heavy metal, and that today not used much because everybody is gone crazy about heavy metal poisoning and. But look, it worked. I think you can still get methylate off the shelf in our pharmacies in South Africa. I don't know worldwide, but you can mercurochrome also. And again, the mer is for mercury, which is used as a sterilizer, and obviously, as I said, to harden the skin. And that's basically the whole thing behind methylate, mercurochrome. As I said, mercurochrome was not used much. I think the reason why mercurochrome, although it might have had the same effect, didn't have the effect of pain. So, so again, for the sadistic pleasure of whomever administered this vile poison to your foot, they used methylate because it burnt Jesus out of you. It really. And here's the interesting thing. It goes in and you look at it, one in wonderment, and for a split second, it doesn't burn. And for that split second, you wonder why these other guys were jumping up and down and shouting and screaming. And the next moment it hits you out of the blue. It feels like somebody's taken an axe to your ankle. And the whole thing feels as if it's going to fall off. And then you start screaming as well. And that wonderment as to why the guys did scream is not a surprise anymore. Now you know. And that, Koos, basically is the reason for why things were done. I don't know of any other reasons. Obviously, look, if the blisters and everything became infected, but they didn't because of the methylate. But if they did get infected and the guy's skin was coming off all over, he was then withdrawn from training, treated medically with dressings. I think nowadays they use combination of antiseptic creams and later on vitamin E cream in the hope that the skin would regenerate faster. Obviously, the guys were not without heart. If the foot was to such an extent that they couldn't continue training, he was withdrawn from training. But the rest of us carried on. And Mercury be damned, we're still here without what I can think of heavy metal poisoning. So, yeah. So just in short, it was done. I think it still is done for the training to continue. It is frowned upon from medical circles, but being the guys in uniform, I mean, yeah, they have a goal, and sometimes it necessitates rough measures and inventions like the methylate. And everybody's blisters healed that I know of. We never had a guy that got taken off for blisters because he got the methylate and then just carried on. Fuzzbait. Just fuzzbait and carry on. Okay, so yeah, obviously there was violence when your foot is being amputated or feels like it. So some medics were grabbed by the brown shirt. Some medics, I think, were punished with a fist. But I think they saw it as basically fair retribution for what they've just done to whomever got that. And as far as I know, and I cannot think of a mechanism by which that would occur, but as far as I know, nobody died from the administration because it's topical. It doesn't get absorbed into the system. I mean, it's just the epidermis that sloughs, and between the dermis and the epidermis, you get the water. But there where the skin sloughs, that's where all the nerve ends sit, anxiously awaiting the feeling of methylate on them. So yeah, so no, I don't think anybody died because of this administration, but I think a few medics did get clobbered, so to speak, because it's really it's a pain that I cannot describe to anybody that hasn't experienced it himself or herself. Yeah, so, but don't try this at home. Don't go walk around getting blister and try and put it just to feel it. Just take my word for it and take anybody else's word who had that administered to them. Take our words for it. It is fucking sore. It really, it's like being stung by 1,000 blue bottles whilst swimming in the ocean. But 1,000 at once was like a man of war with those big jellyfish getting hold of you and just shocking the shit out of you. So basically, that's what it's like. Well, the biggest blister that I've seen was the whole 4 foot, the ball of the guy's foot was a blister. I don't know how he got to do that. Maybe there was some sand or whatever in his or on his foot, between the foot and the sock, or maybe in the boot itself. But that was the whole sole, and it wasn't just a water blister. It was blood. Was the blood blister. He had a few choice words to say, and he got a few days off, but eventually also finished training. In the beginning, it was thought to give yourself a blister so that you can jippo and not continue with the training. That thought went out the window very, very fast after the first administration of methylate. So that might have been another reason why they did that, is to discourage the guys from hurting themselves. When we did the training, you were charged with hurting yourself. If you hurt yourself, you were charged, and you could go to the detention barracks for doing so, because you were seen as state property. And if you hurt yourself, it's destruction of state property for some weird and convoluted reason. And some guys actually did get charged and then severely punished for damaging of state property. But yeah, the biggest blister I see was the whole of basically the ball of his foot was one big blood blister. He nearly passed out when they gave him the treatment. We had a few days off, but then lo and behold, he was back and carried on without any long-term effects.
Ja, moet nie staan nie, polisie. Go! Go, go, go! Go! Wat? Moet je onder mij opkomen, juist. Juist. Wat zeg je aan? Pak klaar. Kom, duik aan de andere kanten. Je moet net het front, jij niet fucking kwijt nu hoor. Nee, niet kwijt. Daar moet je wapen. Waar heb je agressiviteit van? Dit is hoe het kan niet uit. Dat kan er aan de kant zijn. Hier ontspannen hem hebben. Kijk in de rechterkant uit. Je gaat worden. Hier weer. Wow, dat is weer een telefoon. Kijk. Kijk. Ja. Wat zeg je? Je gaat afgepakt bij je woord. Wat jij doet, dat is niet wat. Lekker vouwen, prikkeren! Buddy, dat is een touw. Kom op! Kom op! Kom! Ontstaren! Zien! Reeds vloei jou tand. Al reeds wil jy nie pas nie. Moet veel kry. Nou sal jy op. Op so graag. Hey. Even wat te borrel.
waterborrel net kom. Mevrouw Mendel, wat spuit my maat? Wil het nie meer so lekker wees? Wil het nie meer lekker? Wil het nie meer lekker? Hold it right there. I haven't eaten anything alive. Marisa, ik denk dat het een grafkast voor jullie hier. Ah, is je bal? Is je broer? Trooper, je gaat voor de demo, hoe val je af? Je gaat voor de demo. Val! Hey! Dat is voorlopig niet. Daar kan je maar iets slapen bij. Wat je wel niet luisteren. Oh, wat moet je niet doen? Weet je wat? Wat je laat horen of je niet maar niet zo recht is. Oh, dat is. Wat moet je niet doen? Help me. Weg. Ada orang lighter ni. Stop. Ini lighter ni. Diam. Diam. Yep. Let's put it. Ya. Amir. Oke, aku nak nonton depan. Wat wil die mensen die hier vanaf dan worden dan van je dan? Draai van mijn mama, joh. Je gaat. Recht jullie dan, aan de kant uit. Jerry man, mensen gaan Jerry Dam. Nee, die achter is Jerry Dam. Dat is al iets. Ja. Mag niet worden. You on the camera now, eh? Good mommy can see our nice and warm we get in the army issue. Hey? Dat wat er net gegaan het, streep my aandag. Marcus, ons Marcus. Laat afstreep my aandag, kan jy aandag? Just in case for you, mommy will feel for you now, eh? Yeah, my little puppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, van achterin, een kort kenmat. 10, mooi.
Oké, vandaag even mee bij die klap.
Weet ik hem goed. Goed man, hè? Hè? Van met het. Nou, wat gaan we hier? Oké, meisje. Ja, de karren te baie. We gaan het again, hè? Julle oggend klaar jy. Ja, jy dan baie te kyk. Ja. Nou reg. Wat jy my nek. Gaan jy ook te vir jou meisje? Dis vir oggend. Hè? Gaan jy ook te vir jou meisje? Wat is dit vir jou? Leutnant, doen ons bij Anne en ons baan. Morgen. Maybe? Karel. Jullie moeten toch gas geven. Moet je die voet uit de hoog optellen niet? Geen gas. Lekker trofie, daar die opdramen. Daar die opdramen is het niet vast bij. Daar die opdramen is het niet vast bij. Mooi, 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 mooi. Wat trekt nou bij 748, 750. Daar ben je op de lange ijs, dan is het voorbij. Daar ben je op de lange ijs. Asai, beleid, asai. Hij heeft koffie, heel hard, heel hard.
Trek het nou niet uit. Go, go, go. Alles niet maar. We hier nog. Kom man, kom, kom, kom. Dat is toch voorzien. Ja.
uit. Julle sal het uithaal en wys. 1855. Julle sal het uithaal en wys. Kom maar, jullie kan het nog maken. Wat dan in 30, 20. Wat dan? Die bal aan hier. Kom maar! Gaan we die bal neer. Kom, hoe vaart je die bal neer? Ja, dat zou daar niet op uit bal gaan. Ja, nee, hij is poot. Kom voorbij. Wat is hij? 30, 40. Kom, voor jou achter, man. Die achterstou moet stoot, man. Die voorstou doen alles. Ja. Je neemt 30, 50. Je neemt 30, 55. Die ballen aan hier. Van die 30, 55. Hey, hoor het. Kom, blijf voorbij. Kom maar, nee, je kan het toch maken. 32, 12. 32, 14. Lang kan er niet even hard voorbij. 32, 20. Alles hier? Ja, kom voorbij. Hij 3 klassen. Kom maar na. 34 minuten. Je kan het toch, man. Kom maar aan het record. 34, 10. 34, 15. Kom maar. Kom! 34, 40. Kom, gelijk erbij. Kom maar. De rollen een beetje om. Laat ik. De rollen nou weer terug. Als je dat niet af is, is nou aan. Laat ik, kom. En nou, aan mijn lauw toe, nou moet je nog eens spieren met zeer. Kom maar, jullie moeten eraf van die treed. Eraf van die treed, zeg. Eraf van die treed. Ons is wat ons moet saambij in die oefening. Vrouw waar het nodig is. Is jy my gelees? Dankie, Wesley. Diese klas het gewend vir San Kraus of San Richardson. Wie van julle twee se klas het gewend? Ons moet 'n kompetisie aan. Ja, ek nou vir jou gesê ek het gewen. Ek ken hom. Jy het regtig gewen. Kopra later dink ek kan. Nee? Waar is kopra later? Baie mooi. Dis ook 'n ding wat ons bietjie meer aandag gaan gee, 'n bietjie meer span kompetisie. Dan vir die eerste keer het ons besluit dat ons uit die kursus die beste student of die beste troep of wat die beste gevaar het of die beste pas gebyt het gaan probeer uithaal. En julle moet aanvaar, dit is baie moeilik. Dit is baie moeilik. Dit is die eerste keer dat ons dit doen. Julle moet dit ook in daardie gees aanvaar. Want dit is baie nodig. Hierdie kursus in enige man se lewe en julle sinne ook. Dit is sommer, dit gebeur nie met jou as jy nie hier is. Dit gebeur nie met jou, jy moet hier wees. En ek dink enige man wat hierdie oefeninge deurgegaan het, het iets ervaar in sy lewe. Jy het iets geleer uit hierdie oefening uit. Waar is ons trofee? Bou. En ek wil graag hê, meneer Bill Green, 'n vriend van die bataljon, julle het al gesien, hy loop hier so rond. 'n Paar van die toetsie saam gedoen. 'n Man wat baie belang stel in die bataljon te doen en later. Hy het vir ons die trofee geskenk. En ek wil baie graag hê, hy moet hierdie trofee die eerste keer oorhandig aan die troep wat ons dink die beste gevaar het. En hy is niemand anderser as Kriel van A-Kompanie nie. Waar is Kriel van A-Kompanie? Kom maar, lijkt mooi man. Mooi. En dan Davy, wat een pad van de rest. Maar is Davy. Dit is En dan voor ik afsluit, wil ek net sê, ek is 'n trotse bevelvoerder. Ons kan net vorentoe gaan. Ons is absoluut op die regte pad. En soos ek het gesê in die begin van die jaar, met die nuwe generasie veldkermtroepe. Julle sit hier so, 6 maande, 1 man is weg, die beer, hy is veilig in die kas. Daar is nie 'n probleem nie. Julle is 'n groep wat dusver vir ons geen probleme gegee het. En ek wil hê dit moet so deurgaan. Daar moet nie nou skielik probleempies kom nie. Julle het vir ons gewys wat is julle styl. En dit moet net beter vorentoe gaan. Broer, dat is net toepaslik afsluit. Wat ook al met jou gebeur. Ek het dit doelbewus gesê, man. Ek het geweet daar's ouens wat dalk nog nie die kering sou maak nie. Maar eerlikwaar het ek ook geweet dat weer 'n kering soos hierdie, waar nou 3 dae in jouself die hier, weer 'n mens jouself ook kyk. Soos 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 van julle vir my kom sê het, en hierdie dae het ek nader aan God ook gekom. Miskien is daar baie van julle wat so voel. As dit so is, dan het God 'n bepaalde doel gehad, ook met 'n kering soos hierdie. Dan sal jy dit in jou lewe onthou, vir lank nog, as 'n geleentheid.
So, we kept very accurate and detailed statistics on the courses. I can't remember the exact percentages, but the failing rate on the 3-day selection was higher than on the 2-week selection. And that's a fact of life. It can't be changed. Now, which course was the more difficult or easier? Which was the most practical? Which was the most cost-effective? I leave that to the viewer to decide for himself or herself. For me, both served the purposes at the time with the desired results. And for me, it is not an emotional thing. It is purely part of a natural evolution.
Oh, gentlemen, what can I say? I'm always when I look at these videos and I look back and I see these young men and there's not a grey hair inside, there's not an inch overweight, there's no fat on these lads. You know, I just think, wow, man, we have so much reason to be proud, to be very, very proud of what we've achieved. And so I want to thank once again everybody who participated in these videos. Remember, there's 3 of us. The first one is the history of the parachute battalion as well as 7 medical battalion group, the special forces medics, in other words. Then there's the second episode, which is the 14-day PT selection or course. Then there's this one, the 3-day and 2 nights PT selection course, and the fourth one. The fourth one will be the hanger phase. That's where the guys who actually passed the training or pass the selection, they will now go over to the hangar phase. I believe it's for about 3 weeks, where they are now trained to be paratroopers. In other words, we'll go through the drills, and we will see what happens in the hangar as well. I hope to see you at that video, and God bless until we meet again.
Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to receive notifications.